Hi, Robert. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
So sorry for the delay.
no
Took a little
problem.
longer than the 2 minutes it estimated. Apologies. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I don't know what's going on with my camera.
Oh,
I'm gonna try to unplug it and then plug it back in, see what
okay.
happens.
No problem. I actually have a voiceover student who they prefer to not use their camera.
Hey.
She's a kind of shy middle schooler, and she's
Oh
like,
yeah.
I'm just acting with my voice. Can't I just be off camera? I have seen her, but she just prefers like she's less nervous if she is off camera.
Yeah.
We
Hang
actually
on.
get quite a lot done. So,
I have to use a USB to USB-C adapter for my
oh yeah, I have to do that on mine too. So, alrighty, well, I can see you now.
Okay.
So we're good. Alrighty, so tell me what all have you done since I saw you last?
So the last time I saw you, we worked on setting up my Bodalgo profile.
Yes.
And the next day, I finished setting it up after I got off our lesson. And the next day, I went to log in, and it said my login was not correct.
Oh,
So
weird.
I clicked forgot password and it said if you have an account with us, we will send you a link to reset your password. And I never got the link. And I did it multiple times. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if they
Ah,
because you say
I would
they
reach
might
out to them and ask.
okay. Because I thought that if they denied my profile, they would at least say sorry, we're not accepting,
Yeah, right.
but not just like
That
nothing at
almost
all.
sounds like, 'cause, and two, it was so fast. It's like, did it somehow just not, I don't know. So I would probably try to reach out to them and inquire about that
Okay.
and ask them. Um, and just be like, hey, I thought I had set this up and it disappeared. Um, and that way at least you'll have an answer. But yeah, I would assume they would send you an email or something. Did you ever get any like confirmation email that you had made an account initially?
Yeah. And I
Nice.
had to confirm my email
Ah,
through their email that they sent me, and I did that, and it worked. And I set up the
yeah.
rest of the profile, and next day, unable to log in.
Yeah, I would just reach out and ask.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
It's
no
kind of
problem. And
annoying.
yeah, and also I've done a couple more videos. Would you like to see them?
Yeah, that'd be
Okay.
great. Yeah.
Let me
I
send
can
them to you. Chat.
I'll change the settings where you can like share everything and then you can actually play it and you can share it to me and we can watch it together if you want.
Okay.
Or you can just send a link, whatever is easier.
So you want me to screen share and just watch the video?
Yeah, either way.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I'll do
if
that.
it's easier to just send it through, I can watch it on my side too. Okay.
I get screen share, that's fine. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, oh, there we go.
By convincing some candid agent who is still in the workforce. No.
Awesome.
Here's the next one.
That whisper. That tiger's got your heart, huh? If only you had half as much devotion to your man. Yeah, sure. But a bird like you could do a whole lot better. You could be living higher, not stuck as a maid rotting with a deadbeat. Your weirdness is what I like, Pilar. You're one of a kind. Don't spend all night with the tiger. I'll be locking up shortly.
Okay, so that was what I've done
Nice. Very cool. So these are particular characters from the
from
project you're
audition.
working on right
Yeah,
now. Yeah.
yeah. And see, also, I inquired about, I saw an advertisement for a video game that was looking for voice actors, and I submitted,
Nice.
and they said that they're not going to go with me at this time, but they did really like my work and they want to hold on to
Okay.
my recordings to potentially reach out later.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That actually is really positive feedback. So they're
Yeah,
saying, we felt like somebody else was a better fit for this particular project, but they're also saying we loved your work. So they're saying, we'll keep you in mind for future projects. So I think
yeah,
that's actually a very positive thing.
yeah. And let's see, also the Star Trek recording that I did, the producer Lee, no, his name's not Lee. His name is Tim Vining. He really liked what I did, and he just asked me to adjust one little thing, one little
Okay.
sentence. So I re-recorded that, sent it to him, and he loves it, and he's working on creating that episode now. So that episode will come out when he's finished on the Star Trek Aurora YouTube channel.
Okay, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's great. All right. So it sounds like you've had some really good feedback and good responses. So the things you've been um, reaching out and, you know, connecting with people. And I know you've been a little bit choosy about where you want to invest your time the most, which I think is
yeah,
perfectly okay. And sometimes it really does pay off. It's like when you do that, then it's like you kind of help narrow it down to things that you are a good fit for.
mhm,
So yeah, I think that is awesome that you've had a really good response. That's amazing.
yeah,
Very cool. So
yeah.
congrats on that. And
Thank you.
fingers crossed that the other one in the future will pay off, because it
Yeah,
might. A lot of the time it does. They're like, we really liked you, so we want to keep you, in mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember, I think last year you asked me if I wanted to be set up with some other voice actors that you know to practice character voices. And I wasn't quite ready for that at that time, but I feel like now I would like to do something like that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So then, um, okay, yeah. So, all right. So tell me, um, what you feel like then would be your first step in following that path.
Well, it's emailing the people, I guess, and arranging for a time to meet up and just practice voices. I don't know if there's any scripts that people are working on, or I could always use like from this site that you told me about, Voice Reels. There's a script library, and I've done some practice things on that. And uh, character voices, there's a lot of good stuff in here. I've done a few recordings just for practice
Yeah.
on this site, just to have recordings and also to upload later onto YouTube and Facebook and Instagram.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. So then, all right. So what characters do you feel like you do really well? If you made a list of these are character voices that I feel like I do really well.
I can do Bob Belcher from Bob's Burgers.
Yeah. Or
Um,
like character types as well. So like what would you classify him as like a character type?
comedic, and I also like a lot of fantasy. Like, I really like the character Aravos in Dragon Prince.
Okay.
I haven't really practiced doing that voice, but I think I could do that voice. I should work on it.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. In my reels, I think it was Bo Lin from Legend of Korra.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, so these are characters that you go, okay, I feel like I do pretty well with those. So then, auditioning for and like putting out recordings that showcase those kind of character types. So if you're like, I feel like I can play um the rugged cowboy well, or I can play the like dad humor guy, or I can play the young adult adventuring hero, so thinking of like character types that you do well and then featuring those and then focusing auditions on those. What would you say are some of the character types that you're like, these are ones that I feel like would be a little bit more of a challenge, but that I still feel like are attainable, like that you still feel like you could do?
Characters where I have to like really change my voice, like really high pitched characters, but I can still do it.
Mm-hmm.
I could do Mickey Mouse really well, but it's challenging.
Yeah. Okay, so thinking about this then, do you want to focus more on developing character voices more, like more clips, character reels? Sometimes, if we are working on them, we can do more like specific character reel types, like a cops and robbers kind of theme, or more of like a fantasy characters theme. You can do kind of like a focus with your with your reels as well. Do you want to find auditions that we can be putting you forward for?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, there's on Voice 123 right now, there's this one, it's volunteer, but it
Mm-hmm.
might be interesting. It doesn't really say much in the description about it, which is kind of annoying, but it just says Liam and Benny, male teenager,
Mm-hmm.
English, USA, and Canada, and that's it. Doesn't
Okay.
it doesn't say much about, but there's a little bit of a description in the like it describes what's happening. It's called Witch's Curse, written by Ashton MC.
Nice.
Liam and Benny K.
Yeah, so this would be it says it has a $0 budget. So this would be a volunteer project, I assume.
Yeah, yeah,
So as long as you're cool with that, I think it's okay to do things like that, especially early on. But later on, at some point, you'll be like, okay, I need to be paid something, at this point.
yeah.
Um, yeah, so but it can, get your name out there, your voice out there, get you some contacts, get you some experience, get you more things to, be like, I did this. Um, for your resume and whatnot and to share with people. Okay, so tell me a little bit about what we know about this character.
Okay, so it's called Witch's Curse. It's Liam and Benny. This is what it says. Parsed and powered by Final Bit. Suburban neighborhood day. A gust of wind blows the last leaf from a large bare oak tree. We follow a single burnt orange leaf as it falls into a pile of vivid autumn leaves. The leaf catches a corner and lands on the very edge of an immaculate front lawn on the moist grass. Jacob jogs beneath brittle oaks, sneakers crunching over leaves. Music blasts from his earbuds. As he rounds the corner, he slows. Blackwood House continues. An old, creepy, stark, gray, two-story house. Pristine, gray clapboard panels gleam in the sun. Three upstairs windows sit above the covered big porch that frames the perfectly centered front door. Camera tracks forward onto the porch up to the door. The door flies open and Mr. Blackwood. Ahead standing the Blackwood house, hedge trimmed sharp, windows staring no dust, not a stray leaf on the steps. A curtain shifts, the front door creaks open. Harold Blackwood, a slight wrinkled man, 75, in a clean, patched, short-sleeved shirt, leaps into the daylight screaming. Suburban neighborhood day. Jacob, morning, nice day for it. Blackwood House porch continues. Enough, you want the luck, go on, then step 1 foot further, see what follows. His voice booms, scattering a flock of sparrows from the gutter. Let's see, this is actually really long until it gets to. Okay, so the characters that this is for is Liam and Benny. So let's get down to where Liam starts talking. It says, Liam Hayes, 14, lingers by the porch, knuckles cracking. Hayes, mid 40s, hefts a suitcase. Alice Hayes, early 40s, tucks a note into a pocket. Eric Hayes, 17, stands by the minivan, headphones draped loose. And Liam's first line is, Can do. It's not like she's plotting an escape yet. And then down more. Liam folds his arms, jaws clenched, trying not to betray his nerves. Liam, chill, Batman. Pretty sure I can handle pizza night and a missing cat. So Liam is a 14-year-old boy.
Yes.
So let me see where Benny comes in.
Yeah, so we've got a variety of characters here. So one of the tricks is how do we make it clear just by our voice, as soon as we start the phrase that it's a new character to our audience. Um, so when you think of specific characters and what they sound like, I do feel like there are certain giveaways and voices that kind of tell us. So what would you say are some of the defining characteristics of each of these characters? And sometimes we just get creative, we just make it up. I feel like even live acting, you can often tell just by a voice that it's a different actor. Like in
Yeah.
Stranger Things, all of the kids in the little group of friends, I feel like all of them have a distinctly different voice from each other you
Yes,
know?
definitely.
So what would be some of the things that are defining characteristics?
Well, he's 14, so his voice is not going to sound like my voice. So I'm going to have to
Hmm.
make it sound higher,
Okay.
which is more of a challenge for me.
Yeah.
And I don't really see a description for Benny yet. So he just kind of shows up and there's no description about him. So I don't know I'm assuming he's also a teenage boy because
Yes.
that's what it says in. The
Yeah. And so if all we know is it's multiple teenage boys, then we have to make decisions about their personality.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So thinking about that, um, what do we know about them? And what kind of choices could we make? Like what would be, for instance, some like high school stereotypes that we could maybe pull from for these characters?
They're really into video games.
Hmm.
This says Liam 14 lingers on the porch, knuckles cracking, so maybe he's kind of like some nervous
Could be.
energy, and that's like kind of
Yeah.
like a kind of like a stim type of thing going
Okay.
on.
Yeah, he could be a little more anxious, and that shows
Yeah.
in his voice. What about the other one? What do we know about them?
I'm trying to find a description of Benny, but I don't see any. He just kind of appears, so I could go and see what he's talking about and maybe kind of figure out what he's like based on what he's saying. So let me get down here where Benny shows up. Now, here we go. Here's Benny. His first line is, "You're ghost hunting, or is this a pizza emergency?" So, based on that line, I'm guessing that Benny's the more sarcastic one. So, I think the decision that I'm making is
Okay, nice.
Liam is more kind of timid and shy and nervous, and Benny's more of like a kind of a sarcastic guy.
Yeah. Love it. Awesome. So got some big, strong, bold choices there. Love it. And so that we're taking these hints and these clues and we're going, okay, so, we have two teenage boys. They're going to sound possibly pretty similar, right?
Right.
But we can then find personality characteristics that help us then give them a certain kind of sound that's going to differentiate them. So what do people sound like when they're more like nervous or anxious? Like, what are some things vocally that they might do?
Maybe stutter a little bit
Okay, yeah, for sure.
and not be quite as confident with their sentences, kind of like speak statements almost in a question.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Yeah.
So I could start reading through right before Benny comes in and start kind of having like a dialogue between Liam and Benny. You there? Dude, it's bad over here. You're ghost hunting, or is this a pizza emergency? Not pizza. The lights at Blackwood blink like Morse or some freaky comic code. Old Harold warned me, and there's this necklace. There's this necklace. Brief silence. Benny's tone shifts. Joke replaced by a street corner wariness. Necklace? Hayes, you swap algebra for curses on me? Static buzzes. Louder. Static buzzes louder. Liam fingers the necklace, eyes darting to comic covers splayed on his desk. It's the symbol, Ben. Same as one, same one as in Ilara's sketches, down to the scratch. Benny goes quiet on the line. A rare moment. A distant dog bark stabs through. So, pre-dawn library run, you bring the comics, I'll bring courage. Liam cracks his knuckles, squeezing the phone tighter. You're really in? Wouldn't let you ghost hunt alone, Hayes. Meet under the Weird Owl poster 6 sharp. Deal? Deal. And this time, no heroes bail.
Okay, nice. Yes. All right. I think that was a lot better already. So what did you like best about it? What stood out to you as like the thing that you enjoyed most about it?
Well, I think I was correct about Liam being more nervous, and that comes out in this
Yeah.
line where he said, and there's this necklace, and it's hyphenated, so he's pausing. He's like,
Yes.
he's got to like really think about the words before they come out. They're not just flowing naturally.
Right, for sure. Yeah.
And
Hmm.
also, it sounds like there's some like haunted house involved, and so he's obviously afraid of that. And this is kind of similar to a book that I'm reading now. I'm reading a book about a haunted mansion.
Oh,
So
fun. That's awesome. Yeah. So that
it's,
kind of can give you some inspiration as well. Um,
yeah,
So I would say I feel like you can lean even more into the differences between these characters. Um,
okay.
so like with somebody who's sarcastic, for instance, what are some things you hear in their voice? How do you know that someone's being sarcastic?
They almost speak in like a mocking tone in a way,
Yeah. Yeah. I agree
like
with
that,
that.
like that classic teenage, like from the 90s
Yeah.
people say things like,
Mhm.
I know you are, what am I? It's kind of like,
Exactly. Yeah, like a little more attitude, a little more angst, that teenage
yeah,
angst. Um, yeah, so and then I would say one thing that I like to always do is between narrator and character or character and character or character and narrator, I always put a little pause just to let the audience know something is changing. So put a little pause before you shift and switch to the other. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, can
okay,
we try that again?
yeah,
Great.
okay. You there? Dude, it's bad over here. You ghost hunting or is this a pizza emergency? Not pizza. The lights of Blackwood blinked like Morse code or some freaky comic code. Old Harold warned me, and there's this necklace. Necklace? Hayes, you swap algebra for curses on me? It's the symbol, Ben. Same one as in Alara's sketches, down to the scratch. So, pre-dawn library run, you bring the comics, I'll bring courage. You're really in? Wouldn't let you ghost hunt alone, Hayes. Meet under the weird owl poster. Sharp. Deal? Deal. And this time, no heroes bail.
Nice. Awesome. How did you like that?
I like that. I feel like I'm kind of like understanding the characters a bit more. And
Yeah, I definitely can hear that. Each time you do it, it just it goes a little bit farther and it's like, oh, okay, there's a little more nuance and things I hadn't heard the time before. Like things stand out to me more, which is awesome. I'm loving that. It's really fun now. Do you feel it has a lot more like energy and momentum to it now?
yeah,
And I feel like it's a little more playful as well. It feels more
yeah,
youthful to me,
yeah.
which is a positive thing. What's your favorite thing about it so far?
I like how the two characters kind of bounce off of each other. They're both obviously
Yeah.
very different people, but they get along really well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And that's so fun, when the characters really have a rapport like that, you
Yeah.
know? What would you say if you were going to kind of continue working on it and improving it? What would be the number one thing you would do?
Definitely, I haven't read through the whole thing. I think the first thing I would do is read through the entire thing to get a better idea of like the whole story, what's happening here, and figure out who all the characters are that I'm not going to be reading because there's obviously several other characters that are involved in this.
Yes.
And it doesn't say like what this is. Is this a cartoon? Is it a video game? Is it an audiobook? So they didn't even give that information in this. So I really don't even know what this is.
Yeah. Are there any characters that you go, I really don't have like any information about them. I'm not sure what to do with them?
Oh, Benny doesn't, it doesn't say anything about Benny. He just shows up.
Okay, yeah. So that's an example of a character that we just have to be creative and make things up for them, essentially.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah. Um, so what could you come up with? Is there anything you know about him at all? And what would those things be?
It sounds, from what I'm gathering, is he's like the braver one of the group.
Okay.
He's the
More
one
brave.
saying, he said, I'll bring the courage. And multiple times it mentions Liam cracking his knuckles. So I'm thinking he's definitely not the most courageous of the two.
Yeah. Yeah, like with a nervous tick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so then what could be, even though we don't know a whole lot about the character, they don't give us a whole lot, what could be just something you could decide to make that character be, that would be like kind of contrasting from the other characters around that?
I think I would have to figure out what the other characters are like first because I haven't.
Sure.
There's Eric, and then there's Harold, and some other people that we haven't gotten to know yet. There's Chloe. We don't know
Yeah.
anything about Chloe, so I think once I've read through the entire thing and get a bigger picture of what's happening in this scenario, it kind of sounds like there's like a creepy old house across the street, and there's like a creepy old man that lives there, kind of elusive. He could just be like a, you know, kind of like a quirky old guy, but their imaginations are running wild with what might be going on with this house across the street. Kind of seems like that kind of like classic 80s teenager movie, kind of like Lady in White, something along that line.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes we make choices like that. We just like pick a character inspiration or um we go, oh, this would be a really good contrast or interesting, pairing with these other characters. And then you can just kind of, you know, play with it and then see what you like best or and see what works for that particular character in that moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So then what's going to be your plan for continuing working on this?
The first thing I'm going to do is just read the whole thing and understand where it's going,
Yeah.
and then figure out what the other characters are like that I'm not going to be reading to kind of figure out how these characters are going to be responding to them when they do interact with
Right.
them. Because Liam's also talking to Chloe,
Yes.
Benny's talking to Eric, and
How they relate to each other.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, because that also is very important. Knowing the style of the script overall. And you can get insights about your characters sometimes too from what the other characters are doing and saying as well,
yeah,
which is pretty cool. Yeah. Awesome. So it's pretty fun that you get this challenge of playing a lot of different characters. I love that for you.
yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, and I would say another thing you could try is just take all of one character's lines and record their lines.
Okay.
Save those in a file and just put like gaps between each of their lines. Um, Sometimes that's easier for them when they're like putting it together in the editing. So try it both ways, like where you go back and forth, but also try where it's just the individual character lines. And you also could kind of go through and plan for each line, I want to do XYZ with each of the lines. And then if you are recording like all of this one character's lines at once in one recording, then you've got your kind of like direction in your mind of what you want to do with each line. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's a little bit easier to just kind of stay in that character. So
Yeah.
see what works best for you.
And do you think I should send them multiple recordings then? Send them like one of Liam, one of Benny, and then one of Liam and Benny together?
Um, I would I would practice it both ways, see which one you feel most comfortable with. And
Okay.
then I probably would just either record like the scene and send it to them or record like this character and that character and send it.
Okay.
Would probably be what I would do.
Okay.
So if they didn't give you a specific thing, like here's what we want, then yeah, I think you can kind of choose what you feel like is best for you.
Sounds good.
You can also just ask them what they'd prefer if you feel comfortable with all of the above. You can just be like, hey, would you prefer this or that? You know?
Yeah.
So, but if you want, you could record all three and then, see which one you feel like works best. Like listen
Okay.
back and go, do I feel like I do a better job conversing back and forth? Or do I feel like I do a better job just doing each character individually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Awesome. All right. Well, good work on these today. I'm so
Thank you.
excited. If you want, you can also feel free to send it my way when you're done with it, just so I can kind of hear where it's at and what you're doing
Okay.
with it.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, fantastic work. Keep up the
Thank
great
you.
work and stay on track. You're making it happen. So
Yeah.
it's very exciting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will see you soon. Have a wonderful
Okay.
rest of your week.
Thanks. You
Bye,
too.
Robert.